Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Lukasz, thank you very much for inviting me today. I'm very pleased to participate to this streaming. I think during these days, it's very important to keep connected. So do our machines. So let's have a view on the connected machine in 2020. But before jumping into this main topic, hot topic, let's have an insight about HMS. Very quick introduction. So HMS, it's my company, it's a Swedish company, and we are expert in industrial communication for more than 30 years. We have 3 brands. The first brand, Anybus, it's industrial protocol converters, so protocol gateways, but also wireless equipment. The XSAT gives connectivity to CAN and CAN Open network. It's for diagnostic purpose. And the third brand, E1, this will be the main focus today. It's about remote solution, remote access to control system. You can see all these logos on the map. And basically, these are top automation players, but also customers that are using HMS technology when it comes to industrial connectivity. So our byline says connecting devices, but we are also connecting machines. So let's imagine a machine in a factory floor. What are the different connectivity challenges that an automation engineer needs to face every day in his daily task? First challenge, it's about network connectivity, but local network connectivity. So to be able to connect some control system with some industrial protocol to any automation device with another protocol. For example, to make speak a Profibus network with an Ethernet IP or DFN1 network. Second challenge, you can have a better integration. So for this, we are providing connectivity integrated with chips, bricks, or module. Third type of connectivity, it can be wireless connectivity. This is in the case where you have an application in a factory where you cannot run cables, or it's too expensive, or you have moving devices in your machine. In this case, we provide a large portfolio of wireless equipment, wireless radios, with technologies such as industrial Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. We provide different IP rating and different compact form. But today, we are going to talk about the connectivity from outside the factory to inside the factory, to the machine, to a secure network. And we will see how we make it via the cloud. So what is this connected machine via cloud? Well, we see 3 user cases. First use case, it's the on-demand remote connectivity. It's when, for example, a service engineer of a machine builder is able to connect from his office to a factory anywhere in the world for troubleshooting. And usually is connecting during the warranty period when the factory asks him for support. Second user case, typical, it's on-premises data monitoring. What it means? It means the possibility to connect securely from outside the factory to the machine, to be able to monitor some KPIs, so to check, basically, the behavior of the machine and to have access to alarms to react on it. Third user case, this is about IoT. So the possibility to collect data from the machine, from the control system, to push this data to your cloud, to your server for further processing. So basically, it's to be able to unlock data from the machine and to provide it to an IoT platform in the cloud or to the customer server. Okay, I'm talking about cloud, but basically how it works. Well, Talk to M, that's the name of the cloud. It stands for talk to machine. And actually, this cloud is the most important element in our solution. Why? Because it facilitates the connectivity. It acts as a broker. The security is ensured by standard because we are using OpenVPN. And as a broker, just in a few words how it works. First step, you need to have a E1 router installed in the heart of a machine, connected to the equipment, to the control system, to the HMI, to the panel. And it's the router that creates the VPN tunnel from the factory floor to the Talk2M server. Second step, the service engineer use a VPN client, in this case it's called eCatcher, and create the second VPN tunnel, so from his laptop to the server. So basically you have two VPN tunnels, and Talk2M in the middle act as a bridge. And then you have an end-to-end communication from the service engineer laptop up to the factory floor. What is great with this solution is that it works with every type of PLCs on the market. You see all the logos at the bottom part of this slide. We are a Swedish company, but I often say, when it comes to remote solution, we are a little bit like Switzerland. We can speak to anybody. Talk2M, you need to realize that it's not a cloud on a datasheet. It's a service that has been active and running for more than 15 years. There are 280,000 connected devices connected via our cloud. So over 200,000 factories that are connected with Talk2M Cloud today. And it keeps growing. You can understand during this time, for the past 3 months, the connectivity is a must. This architecture is scalable. We have over 35 servers to ensure business continuity. For example, if you have one server that breaks, then there's load balancing and redundancy. We are able to switch the VPN tunnels from this default server to another closed VPN server in the region. The idea is to have reliability and make sure that our customers can connect to their equipment anytime. We have also on-duty engineers that are full-time monitoring the working status of this solution. Security. Of course, it is #1 priority at HMS. Make sure that if one day we are hacked, you can imagine that our reputation will be impacting and our business will go down. So it's very important for us, and we invest a lot of money to ensure for you a strong security posture. So our security approach is based on a security layer approach, a defense in-depth approach. Okay, but basically, how we can show you it is secure? Well, for this, we are making certification, standard certification and private certifications. For example, this ISO 27001, it's a standard certification, and it shows, it certifies how we handle security matter in the R&D team when we are developing our solution in our R&D office in Belgium. This second STAR certificate, it's a certificate that ensures a strong security posture. STAR certificate, it was delivered by a third-party company. It's a German company called Admerita. They are cybersecurity experts. Basically, in a few words, we gave them some information about our cloud. And then they had a few weeks, a few months to try to break into our solution, to hack us. So they are white hackers. After this period, they come to us and with a report, with an audit, it's an external audit, and they give us recommendation, and if we pass, we receive a certification. You need to understand that security is not a matter of one-shot certification. It's a full-time job. Every month, every 6 months, we are making audit, external audits, because it's important to have a third eye looking at how we're maintaining this security posture. Okay, now that I gave a few insights about how it's working and also requirements about reliability with infrastructure, the security, then now let's have a look about the digital journey of a service engineer at a machine builder. Machine builders, we know these guys very well. We've been talking to these customers, to this type of customers, for more than 20 years. So I will give you an insight how they're using remote solution, what are the benefits for them, and there are different phases. First, it's during the warranty period. Basically, a service engineer will connect to the machine for troubleshooting, and it will connect when the factory asks for it. Second phase, after some time, the service engineer, the team leaders, getting to trust our solution, and they start using Yvan solution for nearly all their machines, because they realize, wow, we can cut cost of traveling, and my engineers don't need to spend so much time in transportation, in hotels, in a plane, so they can really focus on their core job, that is to support the machine, support the factory user. And of course, another way, another advantage is also to be able to prepare the visit on site that are really needed, and to help this with pre-smart diagnostic. Next phase, it's the phase when comes the warranty is ending, what to do next. And then comes the idea for the machine builder to start selling services, service packages, and to make revenue stream around the remote support. And comes a second idea, why not to use data? And then come the concept, sorry about that, of data monetization, to unlock data from the machine and to make services on top. For example, what type of service? For example, machine monitoring, to be able to access to KPIs, okay, and to alarms. This way you keep your end user satisfied and is in control of this machine. He knows what's happening, and he can fix also defaults much more quicker. Another type of service, asset optimization. And this service can help both the machine builder and the factory, because it's a way for machine builder to see how the factory is using his machine. So to get to know better the end user behavior and to improve the functioning of the machine. So in a way to keep ahead of competition. Another type of machine, predictive maintenance. This, it's great. It's the possibility to be notified before an issue occurs on your machine. The idea, the goal, of course, is to maximize the machine uptime and the productivity. Okay, but in fact, we see the steps, but how do I enable an IIoT-ready machine? Well, there are different approaches. I can tell you by experience, many of our customers, sometimes they do not have a clear idea, a clear strategy, what they want, what type of service they want to propose around the data. Okay, no problem. You can start small. For example, first step, the data does not have to stay, to go anywhere. It can stay local. If you select this approach, and usually it's the first test period, the first draft of service, I would say, then we provide some easy tools to use, some app, some application with your mobile, some web connectivity to access to live KPIs, but also to access to dashboards. Dashboards implemented in the router. So it's kind of synoptics to see the behavior of the machine. This is the first step. Second step, after some time, the machine builder defines his strategy, has a better idea of what service he wants to propose, then he can take advantage of HMS ecosystem. And we have different options. First, if a machine builder wants to connect to the main IoT platforms on the market, no problem. We are providing IoT connectors to connect to ThingWorx, to MindSphere, to most of the major available on the market. Other option, we also develop the HMS Solution Partner Program. So we have more than 50 SCADA company, IoT software company that are using our cloud technology to access to this raw data and to present the data with their front end. Last option, if the machine builder has a very concrete idea and a specific need for his own customer, then we can give the opportunity to let the customer integrate his own application. But then the level of resources and skill is specified, and you need a team with different skill sets. You need to have the automation engineer, the IT expert. You need also the business developer who has an idea of what sales and service package he will sell. And you need to have in-house some resources capacity regarding software development, or to ask a third-party software company to integrate the different pieces, okay? And for this, we are providing tools, APIs, and technology such as OPC UA, MQTT, to get access securely to the raw data unlocked in the machine. Let's review together a few examples. For example, this customer, packaging automation, is providing packaging sealing machine. They're a long-time E1 user, and they're using our solution for remote troubleshooting, to provide remote support to their customer, to the factory. But then came this idea, okay, we're going to provide a service and we want to have some dashboard with live production data. And this is very successful. They're very happy and they could sell this service and develop this relationship with their customer, so the factory. ABB Robotics. I like to introduce this key reference because more than a customer, it's a partner. We've been partnering for more than 10 years. You need to realize ABB Robotics have installed more than 15,000 E1 brand labeled routers with their robots for remote connectivity. So basically, the design purpose is remote support, so troubleshooting of the robots, make sure that the robots don't stop and ensure machine uptime, robot uptime. And the second use case is the possibility to collect data from the robot and to push it securely to their service called connected service. And results after so many years of partnering are outstanding. It's 25% fewer incidents and up to 60% faster response time. Okay, so we had an insight of a digital journey of a typical machine builder. But what about the factory? What about the production manager in a factory? Well, by experience, I can tell you for the past 20 years, we were mostly speaking to machine builders. And for the past 2 years, we see that factories, big end users in food and beverage, in pharmacy, also in automotive suppliers, they come and ask HMS, E1, okay, we would like to have your insight. We would like to benefit from your expertise about remote connectivity. We would like to set up the best way, the best procedure to give access to suppliers to all our factories in the world. So what are the benefits for these factories? Obvious benefits, it's about to get a faster support from a supplier who provided a machine to a factory. Also to increase the security and the IT acceptance. You need to understand that remote solution in the industry makes two words meet: automation engineers and the IT people in the factory. It means that a remote solution access, E1 or whatever solution, needs to feel some balance between the requirements of automation people and requirement of IT people to be usable for automation engineers and to maintain a very high security posture for the IT teams. Of course, another benefit is optimization of productivity with all these new services provided by unlocking data. But it makes sense that all this introspection is about control. For a factory, it's to be able to give access, enable or disable the remote access to their factory floor at any time, and to make sure that they will give access to a certain supplier only to their equipment and not to all the factory or all the machine network. It's very fundamental. With control comes the monitoring. It's for the production manager to be able to have an overview of who is connecting to his factory, to which production line, to which machine, which engineer from which supplier is connecting, when, how long, and to get reports, to have a clear visibility of this. So control and monitor, it means finally the goal is to get a standardization of remote solution within the factory. The idea for the production manager is to have a clear procedure, to define clear instruction to suppliers, how to connect securely to inside the machine, in the factory. Well, I think I'm done for today, so stay connected, people, but also machines. Thank you very much for your attention.
I would like to thank you, Yvan Rudzinski from HMS, for your presentation. I hope you enjoyed the insight for this really great topic. And maybe I switch back to Czech a poděkuji a zkusím to schválně. Poděkuji Ivanovi i česky, protože za chvilku budeme pokračovat opět česky. A já teď vím, že on se s váma zvládne rozloučit v češtině. Ivan, can you say goodbye in Czech?
Nasledanou a hezký den.